Welcome, Wellness Witches. It's Dee, your local witch doctor. Today is Transformational Thursday. What are we going to transform? What do you want to transform? I want to transform my whole flippin' life. I have a great life, actually. I have a really good life. But what we're going to work on is routines, because changing your routines is what's going to change your life. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Aristotle. Make excellence a habit. I like that idea. Benjamin Franklin, your net worth to the world is usually determined by what remains after your bad habits are subtracted from your good ones. You could think about that all day, couldn't you? Yeah. I have a bunch of quotes here, but I'm not going to read you every single quote. A lot of people hate routines because life gets boring. I don't want to be rigid. Um, that's not what routines are about. Routines are about setting you free. Everything I'm going to talk about on this YouTube series is about setting you free. We get into decision overload. What am I going to do this morning? What am I going to eat this morning? Where am I going to go? What job do I want to do next? What's this? What's that? Have a routine and you don't have to worry about it. I don't know how to clean my house. It's such a disaster. Have a routine. Have a routine. Fly Lady. FlyLady.net will help you with your house. And Clutterbug. Oh my God. Clutterbug. Cass is hilarious. Fly Lady gets a little, not even a little. Fly Lady gets a lot preachy. Before COVID, she wasn't so bad, but she lost her nephew and life changes. She was very attached to that young man and she was with him through all of his treatments, through a lot. So now she prays in the middle of her YouTube channel, which is fine if that's your thing. Um, but the information she has, if you're not Christian, it's fine. Overlook what she's doing there. I just fast forward. She reads a chapter from the Bible every video. I fast forward through that and get to the stuff that means something to me. Um, a lot of people really like that. If you don't want to hear her talk, go to her website. Her routines are perfect for keep on with your house. Clutterbug, you can't organize clutter. You just can't. She's going to help you get rid of the clutter. So those two are really good about helping out with routines and helping you get over perfectionism. And that's the problem. We think we have to be perfect. I don't have time to do it right, so I don't have time to do it. You can pick up your living room. You have time for that. You have 2 or 3 minutes for that. No, you don't have time to take down every picture and scrub the walls and vacuum out the vents and pull out the furniture and dig for the change on the cushions. No, you don't have time for that. You have time to empty the trash. You have time to pick up all the dishes and throw them in the sink. That you have time for. Make it a routine. Good routines have several benefits for our overall well-being, productivity, and there's a lot of good advantages to having routines. And I'm checking my notes over my head, okay? Increase productivity. Routines help you establish structure and order in your life. Um, by having a consistent routine, you prioritize things. I know that when I eat my breakfast, then I'm going to take my medication. Then I don't forget to take my medication, and I'm sitting there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon going, ooh, I didn't take my 8 o'clock meds, but now I got to take the 5 o'clock. Make it a routine. Reduce stress. You know what to expect. You know what's coming up next. They give you a sense of control over your day, over your life. I'm going to adjust this camera just a touch. I'm definitely going to get out my other camera, I think, in the next day or two. This one's kind of fuzzy. You're going to have improved health and well-being because if you have your routines in place, like your routine of menu planning that we talked about yesterday, your routine of eating a healthy breakfast, your routine of packing your lunch the night before, you're going to eat better. You have the routine of taking a walk. I have a fitness routine now that's working for me. I get up every morning at 5. I take a shower, and then I come in here and I do my Shambhavi Mahamudra. It's a form of yogic meditation. When I'm done with that, then I go in, I do my morning pages, I have some coffee, I eat my healthy low carb breakfast, and then I walk to the garden. I weed in the garden, I water the garden, and I walk back. There's almost an hour in there between 30 minutes of yoga and 30 minutes of walking. And I've accomplished some meditation and some worship, and I've accomplished getting the garden watered. It's going to give you enhanced focus and concentration. Routines train your brain to focus on a specific task at specific times. I know that at this time, from 7:15 to 9:15, I'm working on my custom upcycles. I'm sorry. Sometimes my brain does go into la la land. I know that from 7:15 to 9:15, I'm working on my custom upcycles. I know in the afternoon from like 3:15 to 5:15, I'm doing projects on my Cricut. It's a little loud, so I can do that in the afternoons when it's not going to disturb anyone. I know I'm creating digital content every morning from 11:15 to 1:15. Then I'm having lunch. And then I'm going to be doing YouTube video. So my brain knows to click into these things. I know I get to take a break at this time and at this time. I know I'm cleaning my house from this time to this time every day. I'm going to do my routines, my fly lady routines, and some routines I've created. But I have these routines and things get done. I know I'm going to pay my bills every Monday morning. Every Monday morning from this time to this time, I'm going to open up my computer and I'm going to go through the bills and I'm going to make sure everything that's not on an automatic payment has been paid. I'm going to review and see what's up there for automatic payments and make sure that I have enough money in the bank and transfer some from the savings account if I need to every Monday morning. Then I don't get overdraft fees. I know how much money I have to free to spend for the week on other things because the bills are paid. That's the routine. Having a routine leaves time for self-care, meditation, bubble baths. I love bubble baths. I love long, hot showers. And then they say that cool showers are better for you. I'm trying. I am trying. I'm doing a cool rinse. Um, One of these days, maybe I'll get to where I can take a cold shower, but not right now. And these people that crawl into ice baths, they're freaking nuts. I'm sure it's good for you. I'm sure it's great for you. And there's all kinds of science in, cool showers versus this and that. I'm not there yet. Tell me if you're there yet. Do you take cold showers, cold baths, ice baths? Tell me about it. Tell me how you got to be able to do it because it's scary to me. In order to develop your good routines, you got to prioritize. You got to figure out what's important to you. Why do you want a routine? What's the goal? You want to improve your fitness? You want to clean your house? You want to start a business? Make very clear, concise goals. In order to meet your goals, you got to have a plan. And to work that plan requires a routine. You got to look at your current situation. Where do you spend your time? Do you roll over in the morning and pick up your phone and check your email? Or Facebook? Oh my God, don't get on Facebook first thing in the morning because your morning is now gone. That is such a time suck. I love Facebook. I'm not gonna, it keeps you in touch with family. It keeps you in touch with friends. I have a friend from sixth grade that I still talk to some on Facebook. Our politics are really different, so we don't talk a lot. But I still have that connection. Cousins, family. Facebook isn't a horrible demon unless you let it become one. Routines. What are your time wasters? Facebook, Pinterest. I can get on Pinterest for 20 minutes and end up being there for 2 hours. I can go on Pinterest to look up a recipe for roasted carrot bacon, and all of a sudden I've got some new hobby that I'm getting into called painting on glass bottles. I was making carrot bacon. Prioritize your tasks, determine what's most important, allocate specific time slots for them. Focus on your high priority activities. What do you have to get done? What's your frog? Eat your frog. You read that book, Eat Your Frog. Your frog is the big major thing you've got to get done today. If possible, eat your frog first thing in the morning. If the big major thing that you have to get done today is the oil change in the car, get in the car, drive over there, get that oil change done. If you use a dealership like I do, go online, schedule it, make the appointment, get it done. Eat your frog. That's your priority. Establish a consistent schedule, a daily or weekly schedule with designated times. You're going to study at this time. You're going to exercise at this time. You're going to pray at this time. You're going to spend time with your tarot cards at this time. Set up the routine. You're going to have breakfast here, lunch here, supper here. You can wiggle that. You can make adjustments. Believe me, if my friend calls up and says, hey, let's run over to Brewability for a beer and a pizza, I'm not going to say, no, I have to vacuum the area rugs at 4:45. Be flexible, but no, the area rugs still need to be vacuumed. It's part of the routine. So when I get home tonight, yeah, I'm probably not going to vacuum at 10 o'clock tonight, but I may fit it in during my lunch hour tomorrow because it's on my routine list. And I know they need to be cleaned at least once a week. Track your progress. Habit trackers. I love habit trackers. I should create a habit tracker book for you. There's some good ones out there. Don't get me wrong, there's some really good ones out there. Um, Optimize Me. Oh, what's his new app called? Hero. I think it's called Hero. Brian Johnson. He is the mastermind behind Philosopher's Notes. Have you read Philosopher's Notes? He takes these great books, breaks them down to the 5, 10, 15 key points, 21 minutes. 21 minutes, he goes over the whole key points. If that's all you wanted, then you're good. If not, he gives you a link to go buy the book on Amazon. I'm sure he gets a piece of the action, but why not? He read the book, he analyzed it for you, he set it all out. But he has his master program, how to create your perfect year. And he has some routines. I use a lot of his routines. I listen to his Optimize Me and his Philosopher's Notes every morning while I'm in the shower. That's my routine. But he has an app, much like Benjamin Franklin. Remember, Benjamin Franklin used to track his, was it 6 virtues? And he would every day record, um, was I really good at being a listener? Was I really good at this or this or this? And he would habit track it. And he would concentrate on one if he thought he was lacking in that area. Track your virtues, track your habits. Did I drink my water today? No, I didn't. I did drink my tea. Mm, I always have my tea. And this is a cute glass. One of my friends gave it to me for my birthday. It's Pioneer Woman. Love Pioneer Woman. Oh my God. But if I ate the food that she cooks on that show, I would be 500 pounds and I wouldn't get through that door over there. Today, Earl of Grey sachets. Can you read that? Yeah, the lighting's really bad today. From the tea spot, little place up towards Boulder. The lady helped treat her cancer and some other health issues with herbs and teas and um, as complementary medicine. And now she just creates. I love Earl Grey tea, and today was kind of dark and cloudy, and I ate a little too much for lunch. We decided to run over to this little Mexican place, and we had guacamole tostadas. But I should have only had one. I had two, and it made me a little lethargic. I will write that down in my food journal so I know too much food slows down my digestion, slows down my energy. Earl of Grey. I love Earl Grey tea. She calls it Earl of Grey. I think that's really cool. Best Earl Grey tea I've found. And I've drank a lot of Earl Grey tea. Track your progress. Habit trackers, whatever it is you want to do. You can do, there's all kinds of online ones. I've seen habit trackers that have a, I just set off my heartbeat monitor, that have a thing on your phone where you can just check it off that you did it. In this digital age, you don't even have to buy a piece of paper anymore. Everything you need's on your phone. Remember when we were in school and they would tell you must memorize your multiplication tables because you're not going to have a calculator with you everywhere you go. Guess what? I have access to the knowledge of the greatest thinkers in the world. I have access to the knowledge of some of the most bizarre flat earthers you've ever heard of. It's all in this little thing that's on the charger over there. We all have one. There's this cute meme that goes around that talks about that we have this wonderful thing. And you know what we use it for? To argue with strangers about politics and look at pictures of cats. Yeah. I don't argue with people in politics anymore. Someone once said that you should never argue with a fool. You should never argue with a fool because onlookers won't be able to tell the difference. Stay adaptable. I've said that. Stay adaptable. While routines provide structure, it's important to remain flexible and adapt when necessary. Go have a beer. It's okay. What are your routines? Do you have good ones? Bad ones? This quote by Benjamin Franklin: your net worth to the world is usually determined by what remains after your bad habits are subtracted from your good ones. I'm not sure why that's hitting me so hard today. I just love it. We are what we repeatedly do. Bruce Lee, the successful warrior, is the average man with laser focus. Jim Rohn. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. My son went to the Jim Rohn running camp. Came back changed. I mean, just, it was so motivational for him. Jim Rohn emphasizes that success is not an extraordinary feat, but a result of simple daily practices. You're not going to run a marathon when you get up off this chair and walk out the front door the first time you put on a pair of running shoes. You're going to walk around the block first. Then you're going to walk a little faster, and then you're going to run. But you're going to go out there every single solitary day, and you're going to do it. And then eventually you're going to run a marathon. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Oh, I had one here. Benjamin Franklin's routine. He was an early riser. I know, we get tired of hearing it. Get up early. Seriously, 3 to 4 hours before you have to be at work. You have to be at work at 9, get up at 5. You want time for meditation or spiritual practice. You want time for exercise. You want time to read the newspaper. We don't get the paper one anymore. But, open up the Wall Street Journal on your iPad. Check your stocks. You need time for that. You want time to get your lunch together, make sure you have everything, eat your breakfast, get up early. Benjamin Franklin wrote out a very clear plan and a structured routine for every day. We all talk about wanting to be like Benjamin Franklin or Steve Jobs or some of these people that have extraordinary. Da Vinci. Da Vinci had routines. Thomas Jefferson had routines. Benjamin Franklin focused on self-improvement a lot, and he had a commitment to productivity. He emphasized health, moderation in drinking, and regular exercise and physical activity. Yeah, I know. He did some things he shouldn't have done. He cheated on his wife. Are you perfect? Do you have like 300 different inventions that the world wouldn't be able to survive with? I wear bifocals, actually trifocals. Thank you, Benjamin Franklin. Yeah, he wasn't a perfect human being, but damn. Journaling. Mm, morning pages. Not really journaling, more brain dumping. We'll have to talk about the common book. I have a journal that I started when I found out that my daughter was pregnant with Hezekiah. And I was really good for the first couple of years of recording, and then I kind of back and forth, and I'm getting back into it. But the Common Book, we'll talk about that maybe in one of our self-care things. Thomas Jefferson, again, he was an early riser. He had a love for reading and knowledge, and he made sure he set aside time every single day to read and learn. I can't think of anyone with a knowledge and intellectual basis comparable to Thomas Jefferson. He had a commitment to writing every single day. Physical activity, outdoor pursuits, he found it very important to get outside. And he emphasized self improvement. Barack Obama, early mornings. He liked to get up early, use time for personal reflection, exercise, preparing for the day ahead. If the leader of the free world thinks it's important to leave a little bit of time at the beginning of the day for personal reflection, maybe the business owner, the welder, the doctor, the nurse, maybe we should consider having a little time for personal reflection every morning. He had a fitness routine. It was super important to him that he stay physically fit and strong. We can't take care of anybody else if we're not taking care of ourselves. Make physical fitness, physical activity a priority, a part of your life. It doesn't have to be a triathlon. Walk up and down the hall 4 times today. Even if it is, someone told me, during COVID, she felt like she was becoming stagnant. So she made it a goal to go up and down her basement stairs once a day. And then she realized she was doing it at least twice a day because she was doing laundry every day. Then she decided she wanted to make it a third time. So the third time she went down, she would go down, pick up some clutter, and come back up. Got to where throughout the day she was going up and down those stairs 20 times. Then she started doing them up and down once, up and down twice. Da, 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 da. From that little bit of going up and down those stairs during the lockdown, didn't have anything else to do. Oh my God, the lockdown. I found a box of masks. I still, don't get me wrong, I still keep some masks in my car and I carry one in my purse. You go to the store, you'll hear people with most god awful coughs, and sometimes I throw a mask on. It's been nice not catching the flu the last 3 years because of the mask. She was locked inside. Now, at 60 some odd years old, she's running 5 miles a day. In 3 years, she went from feeling like she was getting too stiff laying around in a recliner all day to running 5 miles every single day. That's a routine. Evening wind downs. We don't talk enough about evening routines. I got to see if there's a book on evening routines. I have a little bit of an evening routine, but it's more focused on making sure my morning's good. Like I shine my sink every night. That way, I know it sounds silly. I put a little Windex or some vinegar. I like vinegar and water. Shine my sink, make it pretty. I love getting up in the morning to a sink with no dishes in it. So shining my sink, you can't shine your sink if it's got dirty dishes in it. I lay my clothes out the night before because in the morning, I don't know what I want to wear. But the night before, and in order to lay out my clothes, I have to check my calendar. I know what I need to wear. Sometimes I need to lay out 2 or 3 outfits because if the plan for the day is exercise, of course, I've got that. And I wear the same exercise clothes a couple of days. Um, but maybe I've got a business meeting with a potential client at 2:30. I'm going to lay out something a little nicer than what I'm staining wood in all morning. And if I'm going to be filming a YouTube video, I'm going to change shirts and not come online to talk to you in the shirt that I spilt salsa all over with at lunch, okay? I need more of an evening routine. I have set some alarms, 8:45 every night. I spend 15 minutes picking up clutter before I go to bed so that I don't wake up to yesterday's mess. That's a routine. I just saw in one of my feng shui books where they recommend emptying all the trashes every night before you go to bed so you don't wake up to yesterday's trash. I don't know that I'll take all the trash out, but I may start emptying all the little ones. Doesn't take that long. Yeah, let's start filling up, making an evening routine. Jim Rohn, he actually made it a habit to sit down and examine his habits. That's a new one. And he practiced effective speaking. Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, Barack Obama, Jim Rohn, all of them worked on their public speaking and communications every day. So did Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs followed a strict vegan diet most of his life, and he menu planned. Routines will change your life. They changed mine. They absolutely changed mine because I'm not the type of person that just walks in the room and is like, oh, that's out of place. I need to fix it. Oh, today's June 1st. The electric bill's due. I'll go pay that right now. Oh, no, I don't remember that stuff. I don't think about that stuff. I am perfectly capable of walking past the coffee bar where that little rotten banana is sitting in the fruit basket and not picking it up. I have to have a routine. I have to have something that says, from this time to this time, you're going to go around and you're going to pick up any trash that's laying loose in the house. From this time to this time, you're going to gather up all the dishes that are spread out all over the house and get them in the sink. From this time to this time, you're going to work on this business. I've got to get this as more of a routine and where it's going to be. It's all right. I love you, my wellness witches. Tomorrow we'll work on financial freedom. I'll come up with another list of books. Ooh, I have a great list of books on habits. I will post them in the comments, but I'll read them off to you real quick. Atomic Habits. Loved that book. My son loved that book. I borrowed it from him. That one's by James Clear. The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. Daily Rituals by Mason Curry. That's on my to-read list. Miracle Mornings. The not so obvious secret guaranteed to transform your life before 8 a.m. Make your bed. Oh my God, how many times do you have to argue with people about the importance of making their bed? Make your bed. Nobody else is going to see it. I know. But when you go in there at 9 o'clock, whatever time it is, when you finally turn off your Netflix to go to bed, and you've got that nice, fresh, well-made bed that you can just slide into, you'll thank me for telling you to spend 2 minutes this morning and make your bed. Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. Every one of these people, well, maybe not Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson, okay? Most of the other high functioning people in this world read this book, and so should you. The Morning Miracle, much like the Miracle Morning. Essentialism, haven't read that one yet, hadn't heard of that one. Manage Your Day to Day, and Deep Work. Deep Work's what I'm working on right now. That's all I've got for you today. That's the list of books. I'll get them posted. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.